Hi, I'm Amelia.
And I'm Matt.
And this is Be More Picard, where it is our continuing mission to seek out new ways to better ourselves by boldly talking about Star Trek.
Today, we're going to be looking at 5 ways that we don't want to be more Picard.
So let's grab a cup of Earl Grey and let's engage. He doesn't know when to let go. So while we don't see him encourage his senior command to move on to bigger and better things, it doesn't mean that he's not sitting there in performance reviews insisting that his crew take up on their own captaincy. And given the amount of references that we see about Riker being offered his own command, it would be so nice to see Picard address the situation so that we know where he stands on it.
He doesn't discourage loyalty to him over loyalty to Starfleet. We know that his crew are loyal to him, possibly if not more than they actually are to Starfleet itself. It sounds like loyalty should be a good thing, but it can also be misplaced. You can see this in particular in Chain of Command. He could do a lot more to get his team to support Captain Jellicoe in his albeit temporary vision for the flagship, but loyalty to one person can remove the sight that you need for the bigger picture. And in an environment where that can mean life and death, it seems like a pretty big blind spot to us.
He makes his job his life. And this makes him emotionally unavailable to his partners, and as we see, making promises that he actually isn't able to keep. So, sorry, his messages must have gotten eaten up within the subspace relays. And when location doesn't become an issue, and he does meet someone special, we begin to see that he can't make the hard decisions for the good of the crew and the ship. He's too emotionally involved. Nella, you got further than most though.
He can be a tad bit snobby. We can see that Picard struggles to find common ground with people that he doesn't think are on his level. Children being a brilliant example, and suffering civilians along with his own brother. He goes from suave and debonair and confident to awkward and standoffish and almost a little bit of a petulant child. While his accomplishments only rack up in the annals of power, it leaves him more isolated from normal people who just want their kids to be safe and live without stress or fear.
He is a total hypocrite. Sure, he wants to and does uphold Starfleet's prime directive many times, but there are also many times where he feels he knows better and just does his own thing, and that shows not just arrogance that he thinks he knows best, but also a sense of flexibility that rules don't and shouldn't apply to people like him. And yet, if others were to make the same decision, he'd be on them like a ton of bricks. So we're not saying that Picard is not a moral person. This whole channel is about how we could all be a little bit better by being more Picard.
We just need to remember that he works to and lives a very high standard that most of us could only ever dream of meeting. And we're not out there alone in the field making snap life and death decisions. Sometimes he falls short, just like we all do. And seeing a character as they really are, a high performing but flawed person, allows us all to feel like the good things we see are potentially reachable, not someone so high up on a pedestal that we can't even try.
So that was 5 reasons why we did not want to be more Picard. But you might have your own, and we would love to see those in the comments. And while you're at it, if you haven't already, give us a like and subscribe. And make sure you check out our channel to make sure that you can find the longer discussions that I know that you want to see about Star Trek.
So if you find ways that you can be more Picard,
Make it so.